Once upon a time, in a kingdom far beyond the mountains and across the shimmering seas, there lived a princess named Isabella. She was known throughout the land for her kindness, beauty, and wisdom. Her father, King Edmund, and her mother, Queen Helena, cherished her deeply, for she was their only child and the light of their lives. The kingdom of Eldoria thrived under King Edmund's just and benevolent rule. Peace and prosperity reigned, and the people adored their royal family. However, in a dark, twisted forest at the edge of the kingdom, an evil fairy named Morgana harbored a deep grudge against the king. Years ago, she had been banished from the kingdom for her malevolent deeds, and since then, she had plotted her revenge. One fateful day, when Isabella was just a baby, the king and queen held a grand celebration to mark her christening. Nobles from far and wide attended, bringing gifts and blessings for the newborn princess. Among the guests were three good fairies, Seraphina, Lumina, and Felicia, who bestowed their own special gifts upon Isabella. Seraphina, with her golden wings, blessed the princess with unparalleled beauty. Lumina, with her sparkling aura, granted her the gift of wisdom. Finally, Felicia, with her gentle presence, bestowed upon Isabella a kind and compassionate heart. As the celebrations continued, a sudden chill swept through the hall, and the joyous atmosphere turned tense. With a flash of dark magic, Morgana appeared, her eyes burning with vengeance. The king and queen gasped, recognizing their old foe. "So, you thought you could exclude me from this grand event?" Morgana sneered. "I shall give your precious princess a gift of my own." With a wave of her hand, dark energy crackled through the air. Before the sun sets on her 18th birthday, Princess Isabella shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and fall into a death-like sleep, from which she shall never awaken. A gasp of horror rippled through the hall. Queen Helena clutched her baby daughter protectively, while King Edmund stepped forward, his voice steady but firm. "You will not harm my daughter, Morgana." Morgana laughed wickedly and vanished in a cloud of dark smoke. The king and queen were distraught, but Seraphina, Lumina, and Felicia stepped forward, their faces determined. "We cannot undo Morgana's curse entirely," Seraphina said, "but we can alter it." Lumina nodded. "Instead of a death-like sleep from which she shall never awaken, Isabella will sleep until she is awakened by true love's kiss." Felicia added, "And we shall ensure that no harm comes to her until then." Despite their best efforts, the curse weighed heavily on the kingdom. King Edmund ordered every spinning wheel in the kingdom to be burned, and Isabella grew up under the watchful eyes of the three good fairies. They disguised themselves as her caretakers and raised her in a secluded, enchanted cottage deep within the forest, far from Morgana's reach. As the years passed, Isabella blossomed into a graceful and intelligent young woman. She was loved by all who knew her, and her kindness and wisdom were evident in everything she did. Yet, she was unaware of the curse that hung over her. On the eve of her 18th birthday, Isabella wandered through the forest, drawn by a mysterious force she couldn't explain. She stumbled upon an old, crumbling tower she had never seen before. Curiosity piqued, she climbed the winding staircase to the top, where she found a dusty spinning wheel. As if in a trance, Isabella reached out and touched the spindle. A sharp pain shot through her finger, and she collapsed to the floor, falling into a deep, enchanted sleep. The fairies, sensing the curse had taken hold, rushed to her side but were too late to prevent it. Heartbroken, they placed Isabella on a bed of soft petals and surrounded her with protective enchantments. The news of the princess's plight spread throughout Eldoria, and many suitors came to try and wake her, but none succeeded. Years turned into decades, and the kingdom slowly faded into despair. The once vibrant land became shrouded in sorrow, and the people mourned their lost princess. Morgana, satisfied with her revenge, watched from the shadows, her power growing stronger as the kingdom's hope dwindled. One day, a brave and noble prince named Alexander from a distant land heard the tale of the sleeping princess. Determined to save her, he embarked on a perilous journey to Eldoria. He faced treacherous mountains, crossed raging rivers, and battled fierce beasts, driven by the tales of Isabella's beauty and grace. When Alexander finally arrived at the enchanted forest, the good fairy sensed his pure heart and guided him to the hidden cottage. As he approached the sleeping princess, he was struck by her serene beauty and felt an overwhelming urge to protect her. enveloped her, and her eyes fluttered open. The fairies, who had been watching with bated breath, rejoiced as the curse was broken. Isabella looked into Alexander's eyes, and in that moment, she knew he was her true love. The kingdom of Eldoria erupted in celebration as news of the princess's awakening spread. Morgana's dark power waned, and she was ultimately defeated by the combined strength of the good fairies and the love that had broken her curse. King Edmund and Queen Helena embraced their daughter, overjoyed to have her back. Alexander and Isabella were married in a grand ceremony, and their love brought new hope and prosperity to Eldoria. The kingdom flourished once more, and the tale of the brave prince and the cursed princess was told for generations, a reminder that true love and courage can conquer even the darkest of curses. And so, Princess Isabella and Prince Alexander ruled with wisdom and compassion, their love a beacon of light in a world that had once been overshadowed by darkness. They lived happily ever after, their story a testament to the